Okay, I think this will be our final installment for this particular pre-lab. The part that we're missing right now is we don't have a way for the user to actually enter a new message and save it. I mean, they can enter it here, but it's not being saved to the database, and we want the ability to do that. Big disclaimer. This particular code that I'm getting ready to show you is there's no validation of user input. It's basically leaving us open to a variety of uh, you know attacks from evil people who might want to use our form. Uh, for now, we're not too concerned about that, just because the database that we're using is you know, you could literally watch this video and find out what the password is. And I mean, it's not a super secure setup, but I just want to say this is not going to be a production ready form when we finish with it in the pre-lab today. We're actually going to look at how to secure it next week. And so we'll look at a variety of validation kinds of techniques, the kinds of attacks that can happen, and what to do about those attacks. So all that to say, for now, we're just trying to get something to work. A few things I want to point out. For the topic, the user can pick a topic from here, or they can type a new topic. So it's like, I want my topic to be new stuff. It's not from the list. And then they type in their message. And then they click Sayit. Now, when they click Sayit, this is going to be sent. This is going to be submitted with the form. This is going to be submitted with the form. And the message will be submitted with the form. So a few things that we need to think about logically as we do this. If they've typed something here in this box, that means they have a new topic they want to start that's not in the existing one. Okay, so if it exists over here, we need to use it. If that's blank, then we're going to use whatever they had selected here. And then likewise, we're going to take their message, and whatever they typed in this message box, we're gonna try to save to the database. So a few things. If we look at the code here, you can see that we have a select box whose name is existing topic. We have a text box whose name is new topic. And we also have a text area down here whose name is message. Notice these are not IDs, these are not classes, these are name attributes. It's these name attributes that are going to be indexed into a post array. So remember, the way PHP handles form data is when you say post the form, there's always an action that you need to specify. It'll go to whatever page you name here and do some stuff. Now in this case, we're naming the same page that we're on. We call this a self-posting form because it takes you back to the same page, which means at the very top of this page, before we do any HTML code, we actually need to see if the form has been filled out or not. When we visit it for the first time, there was no form, so the form data isn't there. When they click Sayit, it's going to repost to the same page, and it's going to pass this form data to the page. So the first thing we need to do is check to see if that data is there. Here's one way to handle that. So I'm at the very top of the page. I'm going to open a PHP block, and then I'm going to close it down here below. I can do something like this. If is set $_post bracket message. Okay, remember, this is the special name of the array that posted data is passed to in PHP. So if the index message, and again, why am I putting the word message here? The word message here, I'm using that because this text area has a name of message. Whatever the name is, that's the index into the post array. If I wanted to get to the new topic data, I would index it with new topic. And if I wanted to get to the existing topic data, I would index it here with the element whose name is existing topic. Okay. So I will come here and say echo message found. Else echo no message here. This point, again, I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I just want to make sure that this if statement properly recognizes whether a message was provided or not. So here we go. I'm going to refresh. This is all clear. It says message found. Oh, that's because, yeah, I had done a post. So here we go. Let's start classic. No message here. Then if I say Sayit, message found. Okay. So that lets us know that they actually clicked the Sayit button. Here we go. So if there's no message, we don't really need to do anything, so we'll take that out. If a message is found, we need to, first of all, figure out what's the topic and what is the message. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, all right, remember the logic was if a new topic is provided, we want to use it. So if $_post new topic, if it's empty, then we're going to use the existing topic. So I'm going to copy the data from the array into this variable topic. Existing topic. Else topic is new topic. In either case, the message is $_post message. And at this point, it would be good form to say, I'm going to print the topic space message. Again, it's not going to be pretty, but it'll do something. So if I press enter here, notice nothing showed up because there was no message. Now I'm going to say hello there. So the topic is cool stuff and the message is hello there. Cool stuff, hello there. So that worked. Okay, what if I provide a new topic? In that case, we want the message to be new topic. Greetings is the message. So the topic is new topic and the message is greetings. Say it. New topic, greetings. Okay, so we're getting the right values here in this variable topic and message. The command to do the insert, this is the SQL command. So I'm just typing it like this for now. We need to get from my demo, and again, your schema would go here. It'll be Sayit messages. We're pulling from messages. We're inserting into messages. And here's the values we need to write. We need to write a message ID, a user ID, timestamp, a topic, and a message. And here's the values we're going to send. The message ID will be generated by the database, so we're going to use the default. I just have to make up a user ID here. I'm going to say this was from user 2, and we're going to use a special function called current timestamp to set the timestamp to the current time. And then we will do quote. We're going to have the variable topic there. And the single quotes are required by SQL, and then $message is the message. So topic will be stored at the topic column, message will be stored in the message column because of the order. Okay, so that's the SQL command that I want to send to the database. Oops. So I'm going to take this query, I'm going to store it into a string called SQL. And okay. And just to make sure I'm getting stuff right, I'm going to type in, I'm just going to print out this the string. Okay, all I did was create a string that is a SQL command, and I'm just going to print that string out. And what I'm getting ready to demo here is something that would be pretty common thing for me to do. So here the message is greetings, hi. I'm going to click Sayit. So here's the command that I'm saying I want to send to the database. Insert into this table these values, default to current timestamp, single quote cool stuff, single quote comma, greetings, dot dot dot, hi, single quote. This would be really common when I'm developing code and I'm using these SQL statements. And I say, okay, this is the SQL statement I want to send to my database. It'll be common for me to kind of print out that statement. Like this is what I wanted to send to the database and just manually put it into the database. Again, if I open SQL and I'm going to get rid of all this existing stuff there. So here it says demo. That means I'm going to be putting it in the right place. So this is the command I wanted to send. I just want to execute it and see if this actually works. Okay, it says syntax error near value. Okay, that's because I was supposed to use the word values with an S. Okay, so let's come back here. I'm going to put values. By the way, I've seen students struggle for hours at a time with simple stuff like that because they didn't do this step, right? It's like, oh, it's not working, it's crashing, and they're trying all kinds of crazy stuff. But by simply typing this command into the database, you see it actually flagged. It said, oh, there's an error right here, and that tells you where to look, right? Okay, so we're going to change that to values, and I'm going to try it again. Oops. Let's get that back up here. Okay, so values with an S, and then I will say execute. One row affected, so if I look in messages, I want you to see this actually got saved to the database when I manually entered it. Now, my page isn't doing that command, I just manually entered it. The point is that if I put an S on values here, this command is properly formed. So we're going to make that values. Okay. And we know that command actually works. Okay, now that I've got a working command, I think I want to connect to the database. I've got a command down here to connect to the database. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to put it here. So I connect to the database. I make sure that I have an actual connection. And if I do, I'm going to issue the query in this database, this command. Okay. So the command that I stored here, I'm just passing it to that database, and it'll execute that command for me. And that'll be the end of my if. Oh, then I have to close that if. And let's see, what am I missing here? All right, it looks like I did something really weird in VI and really messed up my document. So I'm going to save this temporarily. Okay, do you see how I actually deleted all this stuff right here at the front? No, that's no good. The problem is I don't have a great way to get it back. Oh, except that, thankfully, remember how I did a commit a while back? I can actually pull that code back. That commit was, so this existing topic, that section, I also need to save. Okay, so I'm going to do a get checkout index. So this notice it restored that part. Here's the stuff I just saved. And here, this is supposed to be coming from the database. I saved that. Ah, man, that just might work. Okay. Thank you, Git, for saving me. All right. So let's come here. All right, that's a 500 message. Okay, when you get your 500 message, that means the server has crashed. It says HSUTX was unable to handle this request. So we need to see, take a look at the error logs. The error log, we'll do the tail var www log http error. Okay. Hopefully you won't run into this. If you reach a point where you're not allowed to get to this directory, that means you need to send me an email and say, hey, can you restore my permissions? Because hopefully it'll get set properly. Hold on a second. Okay, I had to get some permissions set up. I wanted you to kind of see what I've done here. Now that permissions are set up, I'm using my tail -f /var/log http ssl error log. Okay, that's the name of the configuration file as we've already discussed. I like the tail -f command because it'll show me the last few lines of the file, which are really the ones I'm interested in, and it'll the tail command will actually update as as we make changes. So if I in fact, okay, notice how I pressed enter there. If I come back here and I refresh, I want you to see, okay, see it added a new error message. This is the one that's flagging, and it says it's expecting an open squiggle, an unexpected open squiggle at the end of file on line 19. So let's take a look at line 19 and go from there. Oh, and I can see that I failed to close my PHP tag, which is why that was an unexpected character. So let's come back. All right, so that's loading. That's coming from the database. I had a nice clean start here, so there's nothing posted. So we'll say cool stuff. Loving this. Sayit. This is really satisfying. I want you to see what just happened. Do you see there's now a new message here posted by user number 2, who is Mary Meister, and the message was loving this? Okay, why did that show up? Because when I click the Sayit button, it'll refresh the page and it reposts to this page. And what happens? I do my save command at the top here. So I took the form data and I saved it to the database. And then what did I do? I read from the database and put the messages up here. And what I read from the database included the message I had just posted, which is pretty awesome. So that message is now there and we are good to go. I think the bottom line is it's saving properly. So let's create a new topic. Let's call it sports. How about them sports? Sayit. So Mary Meister has a new topic, and How About Them Sports is now available at the web app. I think that may be all that we were wanting to accomplish today. Again, as soon as you start saving to a database, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that can happen. So, it's probably good to, do lots of security stuff, but we're going to save that for next week. And for now, we're just going to try to get a form that lets us save data. And I think we've accomplished that today. You can see this app has actually moved forward a lot because now we can add new elements to the database, and we're now reading from the database, including our topic list. See how sports is now on the topic list? Isn't that great? Okay, well, I think that's good. We'll call it quits for today. Thank you for playing.